Your name is Victor, correct? All right. Welcome, Victor. You have been assigned to a being called the Batter. The Batter is on a mission. Be sure that it's accomplished. We will let you both out in Zone 0. Good luck. For more information, find the one called the Judge. To move my body, use the arrow keys on your keyboard. To interact with the environment, use the spacebar or the enter key. There cannot be any living beings in Zone 0. Hence, I deduce that you are a pure figment of my imagination. Nevertheless, I will introduce myself. I am the Judge, and I am aching to know your name, dear illusory interlocutor. I am the Batter. I have been entrusted with a sacred mission. It is a pleasure, although it was not the body I was addressing, but the soul that it harbors. What is your name, Controller? His name is Victor. He can't talk to us. However, he can see and hear everything. Even though you two are but an imaginary specter in my eyes, let it be said that I am delighted to meet you as well, dear Victor. I believe we need your help. Many people are in need of my services, you know. Everybody loves cats. We rub ourselves against their legs and purr in the most insistent manner. They adore that. I'm not talking about that kind of help. I see. But what sort of service could I offer to such an ectoplasmic entity? I have a sacred mission to fulfill. I must purify the world. There is no objective more laudable than yours. I accept to serve you as a guide through this area, if it is of any help to you. Thanks. Quite peculiar. It's impossible to get around this obstacle. Allow me to inform you that I find you quite tangible for a phantasmagorial being. Might you, in fact, be a person of flesh and blood? I think so. I was mistaken from the beginning, and you did not even interrupt me in my fanciful phantasms. This is relatively bizarre, I must say, for you are the first living being I was given to encounter in this place. I had, incidentally, concluded that Zone 0 was an empty land. It is all too obvious that I was led astray. However, there exist other zones, and in those territories, hostile individuals might attack you most violently. Your sacred mission will likely lead you into these lands. Would you like me to acquaint you with the art of violent confrontation? This is the battle screen. As you can observe, you will find yourself placed at the right-hand side of the screen. Your opponent, however, in this case yours truly, will be located on the left, the correct place for a single combat. At the beginning of combat, a choice will be presented to you. You have to decide between attack and auto. Naturally, attack allows you to engage the fight in the classical fashion. If auto is your choice, the computer will make the strategic decisions in your place, turning you into a simple spectator. But now it is the time to make an attempt. Choose attack, select the batter, then choose attack anew to slay me with your bat. Do not utilize the auto function. The computer will not restrain itself, and I fear I would die, taking my secrets with me to the grave. Excellent, dear sportive companion. Know that both the level of the batter and that of his opponent determine the impact of your assaults. It is also possible for you, or your adversaries, to slightly avoid the offensive moves you will exchange. Finally, on occasion, your concrete will may allow you to release a critical strike, causing teeth to fly in heaps. But let us proceed if you are willing to. You may have noticed that, when you first chose attack upon selecting the batter, a new window opened itself at the lower right-hand corner of the screen. There you have the choice between 4 new options. Attack lets you carry out a soul strike against a likewise soul adversary. Competence permits you to use one of your special talents. Objects let you access the inventory you are presently carrying. And finally, flee is the option of the coward. Why dehort from this alternative? Note that only the batter may be selected in his personal menu. So, let us attempt to use an item. Take this luck ticket and graciously use it on the batter's person. Impeccable. Your mastery of battle borders on brilliancy, my friend. But there is one thing we have not yet addressed. I am, of course, talking about competences. They are, generally speaking, special moves that trigger surprising effects. It may be that these are particularly powerful effects, or such that they induce a resurgence of health points. Nevertheless, know this. Any use of competences leads to a consumption of competence points. So I suggest that you use your skills with parsimony. Once your competence points are consumed, it will be impossible to carry out these heavy assaults. And if, by some chance, you happen to cross swords with a tougher opponent before recovering some competence points, your victory will be uncertain. But just try right away. Choose competence and try using wide angle, which will allow you to analyze your enemy. The Judge. Cryptic feline of odd appearance. No weaknesses or resistances. You now know not only all about my attributes, but also about the art of combat. About the wide angle. Know that its analysis will always be based on the start of the battle. Thus, it may accidentally analyze adversaries you have already knocked down for a long time. The confrontation ends, theoretically, when the health points of your team, or all your opponents, fall to 0. Take good care of your health if you want a successful career in purification. From now on, you will be ready to dispose of all impure obstacles that dare appear on your luminous mission's way. Well, supposing your intelligence is on the same level with your undeniable capability of dealing bat blows to an innocent cat. Be that as it may, your training has not reached its end yet. Let me ask you to follow me if you still want me as your guide. Ah, yes. To pass through, it will be necessary to use your cerebral organ correctly. You know, the one bathing flabbily on your cranium. I think that these floating blocks correspond, in some way or another, to the symbols you can see on the wall. Quite peculiar. I think the weather's nice outside. Is there a problem, oh dear charming hero? I cannot do everything in your place. I am not your janitor, after all. Nonetheless, may I perhaps dare suggest you try to activate some of these floating blocks more than once, if so required? So hurry, solve this intriguing obstacle, and post haste, if you please. I wish to rejoin the ground floor as soon as possible. Finally, after all that effort, the long-awaited reward makes its entrance to the scene. Here we have an accessory that will prove especially useful to your purifying quest, dear enlightened student and sportive friend. It is a cube, floating in the air, as you'll probably notice. Nevertheless, you will be able to differentiate from its ilk by the contrast of its clashing colors, assaulting your gaze with bad taste and defying any sensible course of plastic arts. Do not judge it too quickly, however, for despite its criticizable appearance, this red cube is of undeniable use. Aside from restoring the entirety of your health and competence points, it is capable of saving your progress and sending you to the nothingness. The nothingness is a place of transition outside of space itself, where you can travel from one point to another at the speed of light. I now invite you to try for yourself, in order to discover locations more populous than this deserted land. Open your wings, my dear companion, and fly towards the flowing zone without hesitation. And the enemy is the fear that will grab you. Okay. Do not worry yourself. I too travel much between the different zones of this world. Perhaps we will come to meet again. Ah, by the by, take this. This item of a curious name will be the key that should permit you to enter Zone 1. Have I clarified that you can, at any moment, consult your inventory and characteristics by pressing the escape key? Go on, I invite you to attempt using the floating cube behind you.